Ladies and gentlemen, check your calendars and check your watches. If you can believe it or not, the Very Terrible Podcast is back in a reasonable amount of time. Unbelievable, everybody. Welcome back to the Very Terrible Podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm B.
And we are back for another fabulous episode. It's the first week of August, and it's still hot outside, but we decided to come on into the air conditioning and hang out with you for a little bit. And a very special episode where I think we're just going to complain about everything. But let's just get the business end of this out of the way first. Very Terrible Podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, YouTube, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And now sponsored by South Florida Lift Stations.
Again.
It's going to be every episode because we have a sponsor, and you can be a sponsor too. Don't be afraid. Reach on out to us at jdvtpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know about your company. We don't have any needs yet, but at some point we may need something, and we're giving out pretty much free advertisement at this point. So we want you to know about South Florida Lift Stations for any of your lift station maintenance, installation, and service needs. Call Josh at 239-707-3603, South Florida Lift Stations. All right, so that's the business end of it. Now we can get back into the complaining, because that's what I like to do in my spare time. I like to find things that make me upset.
Well, number one, back to school's coming up. Boo.
Oh, hang on. We have a sound for that. Hang on. Let's see if the volume is right. Do we have a sound for it? It's, there
you were pondering which button that was. You were like, oh.
I know. There's only 4 to choose from. It's
literally,
not.
You could almost get like a freaking label for it.
Well, I need I need is a whiteboard. Maybe South Florida Lift Stations will buy us a whiteboard and we'll have it because we are sponsored.
You're something else.
Someday we're gonna get billboards. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay, so unlike last episode where we had world's most irrelevant news, we're gonna do somewhat modern news today.
Okay.
No, it's only gonna be really one thing. Have you heard about Gen X rise?
Gen X rise. I've heard about this Gen X versus Gen Z. Is that the same thing?
Yeah. Well, okay. Partially, kind of.
I don't understand what it is because probably I'm on the wrong side of this equation. I'm probably the old person that's getting yelled at. Are you Gen X? I think so. Isn't that right? That's the older people? That's me.
I mean, there's like millennials.
I was born in 1977. So.
I'm going to be so honest with you. I don't know the years.
Oh, well then how can you pick a side?
Well, I know I'm Gen Z, and the people that are born 2 years after me are Gen Alpha.
All right.
Got a grip. Those kids don't even know how to read.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Gen X.
Well, at least most of them. Some of them are good. I'll admit.
Yeah.
These little iPad kids.
Yeah. So, all right. So talk to me about this this cluster of anger toward generational people.
Okay, so basically Eminem is so like cripplingly irrelevant. He's trying to like become modern again.
How is he irrelevant?
Have you heard anything about Eminem in the past, I don't know, 2 years other than this?
Well, he was in the Super Bowl at a halftime show, right? Because it was the best of the 90s. And
was that even a good halftime
and then,
show?
was it Haley got married, right? Isn't that his daughter's name?
I think.
Yeah, she got married.
Well, yeah, but that's not about Eminem. I'm talking about like
everything's about Eminem.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, anyway,
delicious chocolate candies. They could sponsor us too.
He's trying very hard to get canceled to come back into today's time.
Okay.
And just no one's caring, you know? No one's batting an eye. And then Gen X over here is like, Gen X rise. We are the toughest generation.
But all right, so let's just put it like this though. No news. They say, what is it? There's no such thing as bad publicity, right? So there's no such thing as bad news.
Definitely is.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about him.
Well, I guess.
So he's relevant.
He's trying to be.
Well, he's got our attention. He's on America's favorite podcast right now.
Girl, bye.
If we had his phone number, we'd call him up.
And he would not pick up.
Probably not. So,
but anyways, like Gen Z does this. I'm sorry, this is like kind of cringy, but like Gen Z doesn't care, and then these people are just like fighting with the air. Old man yells at cloud.
I like that. I saw one of those videos where this guy goes up and says, "Old man yells at cloud." I thought that was good.
Yeah. Anyways,
but I don't understand what's the end result of all this going to be.
I don't know. Hopefully,
like how do we know who wins? Like Eminem either disappears or he just.
There's no battle. There's no battle.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. Gen X is like all angry.
Mom spaghetti. I mean, that's like an Eminem thing.
And yeah, no one else cares.
Oh.
So that's kind of the whole thing. They're just fighting with air.
It's sad because the thing too is though, you've got to imagine Eminem is making enough money off of residuals and off of replays, and he had enough side projects, and even now. So the usual evolution of a musician, right, is you start as an amateur, kind of the way we do this radio. Then they get to be famous. They get production music. Yeah, production music. And then eventually the production music runs out because you can only do so much. People write your songs for you and you sing them fine. You go on tour. And then after a while, but like the evolution of this is then you get behind the mixing board and you become the producer and you find the next talent. So our good friend, America's hero, Snoop Dogg, right, who is running with the Olympic torch not too long ago, right? Snoop Dogg and he has like this really like Cassius name, like this. He has like a really weird average guy name. He was not born Snoop Dogg. Yeah. But he's just this kid who was rapping in Compton. And Dr. Dre, toward the end of his career, gets behind...
Is he dead? Sorry, I know it's off topic.
No, Dr. Dre's not dead.
It's Biggie... What was his name? Biggie Smalls?
Biggie Smalls is dead. Tupac is dead. And Eazy-E is definitely dead.
Who the frick is Eazy-E?
Eazy-E was part of a music group called NWA, right? N-word with attitude. So that was the name of the group. And then oh my goodness, I don't even remember all of them, but it was Dr. Dre, Ice-T, Ice Cube. Yeah, like it was like that was the core of where they all started, right?
Yeah.
And they were that group, and then eventually they broke off and did their own solo careers. And then through their own solo careers, then Dr. Dre came out on his own. Eventually goes then behind the mixing board and finds who turns out to be Snoop Dogg. That's how it's supposed to work. Eminem didn't get the memo. He doesn't realize he's supposed to come on back, old man. Come on back here
Mr. Irrelevant.
Find the next generation of rapper and go for it.
Which, like, I don't know. Like, I feel bad that he's irrelevant, but also it was bound to happen. And that's kind of the thing with being famous. It just fluctuates like that.
But think of, like, the scale of irrelevancy. I mean, really, he could be irrelevant, but he can't still go grocery shopping on his own. True. People will still mess him up. I mean, that really happens. Can I get a picture? Can I get an autograph? Can I bother you all day long? I mean, that's going to be his day. So... Yeah, I can kind of see, like, he's going to be that scale of irrelevant, but that's an awful rich scale of irrelevant. I'm fine with that. If I was that irrelevant, they'll stop me at the store. You're the guy from the podcast. I'm like, you found me again because I'm wearing the shirt. The shirt that you can find on Sticker Mule with our $10 off coupon by finding our $10 off coupon on Instagram. Follow, like, subscribe. Boom. See, like, it just flows.
Subscribe to what?
I don't know.
Subscribe's on YouTube.
Well, you can't subscribe on... you follow. You follow on Instagram.
Hey!
Gen X. Gen X knows what's up. Oh, hang on. I got a button for that. There you go.
Actually found the button this time.
Hey, look at me. See, that's it. So, yeah. See, people can save $10 and they don't have to get a podcast shirt. They could, but they don't have to.
Wait, so if they got something for like $8, I don't use Sticker Mule, but like if there was something for $8, would they just get it for free, or would they pay them $2?
No, I think it's
like minimum purchase.
No, I think you're right. But it's $10. Maybe it's $10 off your first regular purchase, which any of their regular items is over $50. Oh. Because you're going to get like a bunch of something. You're going to get 100 stickers. You're going to get 50 keychains. You're going to get
full of them up there.
It's amazing. And if you'd like, you can reach out to us, jdvtpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you want.
That's an email for those wondering.
Yeah, that's an email. Gen X. Old man yells at cloud. Hey, either way, we have to get back to our listener of the month. We have to maybe we'll pick a new listener of the month. Do we have anybody? Do we have any listeners? I don't know. I go to the map on our RSS feed, and then I find that we have more and more listeners around the country. The map is lighting up very, very slowly, but I don't know who any of those people are. They don't reach out. All you got to do is find us on Facebook. If you find us on Facebook and I can get more than 100 followers, is that right? Followers on Facebook?
Well, I don't use Facebook, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So if we can get more than 100 followers, we can do live Facebook videos. Imagine being able to see your favorite podcast host, me, live on camera.
I'd have to look better than this. Ooh. I just got out of the shower. I'm like in my PJs right now. Yeah. I'm looking rough.
That's all right. We're comfortable giving quality audio entertainment to America. Absolutely amazing. But I forgot where we went. We're off in left field because
you were talking about Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, boom, 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 boom. And that was the same thing. Wu-Tang Clan, same idea. The RZA, the Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Ghostface Killer, and Method Man.
What are these names?
That's their names, right? That was the Wu-Tang Clan. And then eventually they all broke off and made their own albums, but none of them were as good as them as a group.
Just like One Direction.
Sure.
None of them were as good.
Yep. But that's what it was, and that's the way the hip hop rap thing kind of evolved, and then but that's the evolution for poor old Eminem. But still, he's living off of enough money. He's gonna be.
I was like, I don't know. I feel bad, but at the same time, just
because even Eminem has a side project like it's called D12, and it's him and a bunch of 2 or 3 other rappers, and they all get together and just make fun little silly songs up, and it's actually quite good. It's not half bad actually, but. Yeah, so that's the Gen X versus who?
Gen Z.
Gen Z battle?
It's not really a battle.
With the non-quantifiable end. It's gonna be like the Ukraine war. We just did it over. Nobody knows.
No, because seriously, what happened with that? Also, is Vladimir Zelensky? Wait, no, yeah. I'm screwing this up. Wait, no, not
Putin's the one on Russia. Is that?
Wait, no, it's Vladimir Putin, isn't it? Okay, I'm tweaking.
I think
Biden screwed me up when he's like, now the president.
I think they both have the same first name.
Now for the president of Ukraine, Putin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you got the Biden brain going on. But I think they got the same first name. It's the Brad of Europe.
I used to know this. This summer brain is getting to me. And unfortunately,
but they're spelled different. If we go back to our death pool list, right?
No, I don't want any of those people to die. Oh, speaking of which, I got a point.
You did? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did get a point too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Newhart. Congratulations, B Spike, for a 1-0 lead in the death pool this year with Bob Newhart. Vladimir Zelensky, VOLODYMYR. And then, did anybody pick Putin this year?
I think I did last year.
Yeah, you did last year.
Remember he had cancer or something.
Then he's 70 years old.
Well, I mean, Trump and Biden are like past that.
Yeah, nobody has Putin this year.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, I don't think I have. I'm not sure if I have last year's
list.
It's
okay.
Yeah, so I think it's the same name spelled differently, I'm going to guess.
Swagger.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't.
So, let's see. So we were talking, it was Gen X, Gen Z battle. Because the Ukraine war, nobody knows if it's over. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be over one day, and we're going to be like, do we redraw the maps now? What do we do? I have no idea what happens next.
I still can't believe Biden dropped out. I mean, that's humble.
Yeah.
Cray.
I mean, it's I don't know. The system's broke. I try not to talk about politics, at least on the show. It never ends well. There's got to be something. Something has to happen. I think back, like, it's always been crusty old white guys. It always has been, right? So, like, even when I was born, it was Jimmy Carter, who's on my list. He's on the clock any day now.
He's in hospice.
Yeah. But then
he's been there for a while.
Carter, Reagan, Bush. I mean, it was just the old white guy. Bill Clinton comes along, young, fresh, exciting, playing a saxophone. He's on MTV. He's like, he goes out running every day. He takes a Secret Service out for a jog outside. He doesn't give a shit about security, and then that was young and exciting. And then, let's see, it went Clinton, younger Bush, which was still old, crusty white guy, 9/11, and then Obama, right? And then Obama was a younger guy. So it was like, okay, there's some fresh blood out there somewhere. They're always on deck. They never get a shot. And like right now, you're like, come on, any young guy, anybody, any young person at all.
How old is Kamala Harris?
No idea. If only I had a device in front of me. Let's see.
I think she's fairly young. I think she's like...
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't assume so. Let's see.
I mean, I'd say the oldest, she's like 55.
All right, let's find out. Let's see here.
And if she's older than that, she looks really good.
You can hear the clicking because I'm using my cell phone. Drum roll, please. 59.
Oh my goodness, she looks great for 59.
Well, yeah, it's probably the makeup.
Even still,
Joe Biden.
I hope 80. I look like her age 59.
Yeah, let's see here.
Joe Biden's like 79 or
81.
80 something, yeah.
He's 81. Trump's
79.
78.
What?
Barack Obama, 62. Jill Biden, 73. J.D. Vance, 39 years old. That's the former President Trump's new vice presidential running mate for the upcoming election. His name is J.D. Vance. I have no idea.
That
I don't
sounds
know
like a rapper
enough.
name, but honestly, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is. I'm sure he won the contest, so I don't know. Whatever. He's 39. He's younger than me. So, Hillary 76, Nancy Pelosi 84,
Who's that?
Michelle Obama is 60.
Nancy, who's that?
Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. So in the order of operations, I think it goes president, vice president. Like, so if president dies, vice president's in charge. If the vice president dies, the Speaker of the House, I think, is the one who runs the country next.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And it's usually the opposing political party of whoever's in office normally, because you have to have the balance of power. But probably got it wrong, and if anybody was actually listening, they'll probably send angry emails. But either way, old crusty people are always in charge. I have no idea. It's a power hold. It's a chokehold they've got.
Put me in charge.
Sure, might as well. But other things that old people do. Let's talk about that, because that's something I want to complain about today.
Oh my goodness.
Why not? Let's complain about it. Air in freezer bags.
That's not an old people thing.
I don't know. Well, unless you're just not.
Well, unless you're talking that me and Mom.
Well, I just see it a lot. I just see it a lot at
Mom.
work. I see it here.
Mom and I are old.
Yeah, very good. Look at you with your
Look at my grammar.
Correct use of the English language. Oh, there you go.
Found
Thank
the right
you.
button.
Found the right button.
I'll add my own clapping for that one.
All right. So yeah, air in the freezer bag, it just pisses me off. First off, freezers are only so big. Oh, I'm getting feedback. I got feedback in my ear. It sounded like a mosquito.
Oh my goodness.
We're doing it live. So, yeah, the freezer's only so big. You got to get the air out of the bag so the things can see. And I hit a spring. I'm so mad about it. I'm so mad. But yeah, so air, you only have so much room in the freezer, and then things get frostbite, and it just ruins all your food, and it's stupid. I hate it. Air in the freezer bags.
Yeah, I don't eat much out of the freezer these days.
No, you don't.
I don't eat ice cream. I'm past my Uncrustables.
What? Yeah, I guess you are. I don't know why. Uncrustables is fine. You can make them yourself.
Yeah,
It's a sandwich.
I have an Uncrustable maker actually, but
Well, hey, actually, tell the audience what you do with your Uncrustables. That's ridiculous.
I pick the crust off. I don't care.
It's in the name. There's no crust. It's called Uncrustables.
That is buffoonery.
No, it's
That
just pressed edges.
Lies. That is just they're lying to you because no crust is when the bread is just bread. It's just open. See,
The insides would fall out.
Well, that's not my problem.
It is when you're trying to eat it and it all falls out.
Well, I eat them frozen anyway.
I don't know.
I pull them out of the freezer. I warm up in my hands for like 10 seconds, and then I snap it in half and eat it, which everyone around me thinks is disgusting.
It looks like it would hurt your teeth.
No, it's actually way better that way. I can't do the whole soggy hazelnut spread thing.
I don't know. But either way, it's not a crust. It's a pressed edge. It's not a crust. The crust is a different color because it was baked. And it was baked in the outside, and that heat makes a crust, ergo crust, uncrustable. It's right in the title.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, you pick off the pressed edges.
This is a dumb question.
Sure.
But how is like the crust on the bottom of the bread not like a different color than on the outsides? Because you gotta think it's like touching the pan or whatever it is they're baking it on. Like how are some edges not a different color than the others? Like if they were baking in, let's say, a pan with just the top didn't touch, then
I guess that's fair.
Like I don't know. I feel like it would like grill it more as compared to if just the air like convection.
You know what? There's got to be an answer for that. We can't be the first person who ever answered that. So if you had your cell phone, you could look it up in front of you. But find out.
I don't. So.
I'd almost wondered, because it feels like it should be in a pan instead of because in my mind it goes on a conveyor belt like a pizza oven, and it just comes out the other side. I don't know. Well, that'll be for next episode. We're gonna revisit the debacle of how bread makes crust that Bella won't eat.
Correct. I will never eat crust.
Speaking of pizza ovens, that was a perfect segue because I am a fan of the Blackstone hibachi grill. I guess it is. It's not even a regular grill. It's just a Blackstone, and they're amazing. Blackstone makes a pizza oven, and I'm tired of paying the prices for pizza because Biden's America, pizza costs way more than it needs to. And pizza oven. So the pizza oven for Blackstone, $800.
It's not that bad.
Do you know how many pizzas you could buy for $800? A lot.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know.
Pick
It
your
makes me
poison.
sad. It makes me sad that they can't make a better pizza oven for less price.
Well, like, what does it look like? Is it just like your classic, like, pizza oven that looks like an igloo?
Yep.
Yeah, then that's
But it's
fair.
not big. It's not big at all. It's a
How's
tabletop
it run?
thing.
Coal?
No, I think it's electric.
Propane? Or, like,
I think-
plug it into the wall?
I don't know. It's definitely not like there's no hot coals. You're not sitting there with like the big.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not as authentic as authentico for Italian
What?
fans. Bippity
Is
boppity.
that actually how you say it?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably it might be because it was on a spaghetti sauce jar once I saw. It said authentico on it, and I went, "That's got to be the real stuff." Authentico, and I pinch my fingers and I shake my hand. That's my Italian.
You are.
I am ready to
Oh.
travel overseas. Let's see. What else do we want to complain about? Let's see. We went to a baseball game, and you can see some of the pictures of that on our Instagram page when you follow it and not subscribe because that's not how Instagram works, right? Hey.
Bravo.
And we went to see the Tampa Bay Rays at what the hell is the park's name now? I'm completely blanking out. Tropicana Field.
Tropicana Field, yeah.
Yeah, Tropicana, because we thought it was the last season for Tropicana, and apparently it's not. So we were saying goodbye to Trop, and it's still going to be around for at least another season because they haven't started construction on the new one yet. But, we thought, well, all right, maybe we'll go, maybe we'll not go, whatever. These major league blackouts are just ridiculous. We went to a baseball park that was a third full, would you say?
Yeah.
It was a third full. You couldn't see the game on television because they blacked it out. And we live, 2 hours away?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's right around the corner. I get it. You want to black it out in St. Petersburg so you strong-arm people to go to the stadium? Fine. But I mean, to do that to us at 2 hours away, that sucks. That just, Major League Baseball. That's probably the reason why half of it's going out of business. It's just, and I'm sure it's all paid for with contract money and things like that, but my God. It was the saddest thing ever to see a baseball park sitting there sad and empty, and you're like, oh, I can't even watch it on TV. But, with the prices of everything now, it's completely out of control. I don't even remember. The ticket price wasn't bad. Tickets were, $25 a piece?
I don't know why you're asking me. I didn't buy them.
I know. But what did we buy, though? The food, right? The food was rather
yeah.
pricey.
They was like, I remember because you didn't order nachos and they were still on the charge anyway.
Yeah.
It was like $15 or $12 or something.
For chips and cheese. And then my soda was $16.
Goodness.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I remember I got a few waters. I feel like each water was like, $6?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
Which I guess that's not.
I guess, but you just accept it. I mean, that's what we
Yeah.
do now. We go to stadiums and we accept stadium pricing, and that's just what it is. And then so what we do at home, like I've got to imagine there's a lot of people doing this is that when we grocery shop, our household we grocery shop a lot at Walmart only because of the prices. And your choice in our city is going to be Walmart or Publix.
Or there's like Aldi, but
Aldi's fun. All right, I'll give it this. Aldi's a fun alternative.
Aldi's really hit or miss though. Like
Yeah.
I can support Aldi. Like we got some dog clothes from there. I know it's really random.
Yeah,
Their milk's good. They got those mini cookies. Those used to be good.
yeah. Their price on kombucha is really good too. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's you pay for you use a shopping cart, which really helps, I guess, because you
But
don't
you don't pay for it. You get your money
you
back.
get your
as long
money
as you
back.
put it back.
Yeah. Or what I do is I like to go around to the people who are too lazy to put their cart back, and then I make money.
Of course you do.
I'm in it to make money.
Oh, you make it sound like we're like scraping money together.
We are. I need the quarters.
We have to shop at Walmart because it saves money. I put the quarters in the cart.
does.
Dude, I can comprehend that, but you're making it sound like we're like dirt broke over
I
here.
need sponsors for my radio program. I need them to understand that we shop at Walmart. Help us.
Gosh.
Help us.
You guys, we're not poor.
So either way, though, but when you shop at Walmart versus shopping at Publix, huge difference. I mean, just an astronomically huge difference. Now, I'll give it to you for Publix and your upper echelons of grocery stores. you want to go there for your meat and your fresh products, right? Because sometimes they're not.
I don't need any of that. I'm gonna be so real with you.
Yeah, I know. So, but like if I'm getting box mac and cheese and I'm getting the same box mac and cheese at Publix, there's like dollars of difference. Not just one, but there are dollars of difference, and that does add up over time. But you go in there first thing in the morning, and that's where I like to go because there's not a lot of people there. There's a reason that there's a website called People of Walmart, and it's just they are. And if you're out there and you're listening, hopefully you're not going to get offended. But there are just some interesting characters when you go to shop at Walmart, and even just from the customer point of view. Like for example, this morning, I had to visit both Walmart and Publix. So with Walmart, I had to go in there, and I walk in, and I go into the produce department, and I say good morning to the employees, and the employees just stare at me. And they say nothing in return. and I'm like, hello, good morning. And they say nothing. And I just laugh. I'm like, no, I tried, And then you go to Publix and they have a rule. Like if you work at Publix, if you have anyone who's within 2 feet of you, you have to greet them. Like that's
How do you know this?
Because I work with people who worked at Publix.
Oh.
And that was the thing. Like if the manager would see you walking by customers and you weren't greeting them and saying hello, then that's an issue that they had to talk to you about.
And that's why Publix is just better. And they get out free cookies and free samples.
Yeah, but at the same token, though, you got to pay.
Your bus.
You got to pay more for the same items.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. You're gonna care. You're gonna care very soon.
Oh, man, those chocolate chip cookies. That's where it's at.
They are good chocolate chip cookies.
Things are fire.
But so yeah, but then I'm like, what is the true cost of savings? And that's where I'm sitting there walking around going, oh, these people. And then what is it with these? All right, I know we're audio and you can't imagine this in your mind, but a grocery store aisle is only so wide. Mm-hmm. And to me, it reminds me of the street. Everyone goes on the right, you push your cart, and everyone.
Okay, thank you. You finish because I have something to say.
All right, because we're these jackasses that go along, and I get it. Sometimes you're walking down the aisle and you need to buy something that's on the left-hand side, but don't leave your cart on the right-hand side and then take your fat ass and put it over in the left-hand side of the aisle and completely block it off for everybody else. That's the part that just upsets me. It's like, there's no conscience of anyone else. It's only me in this universe.
Yeah, thank you. Because, we were at Target the other day, and I know everyone doesn't go to the same Target that we do, but at our Target, there's like the grocery side and then like the plant section kind of.
Oh, like a super Target.
It wasn't a super Target, but close enough. And it's like a double wide lane, but there's like stuff in the middle, like those little kiosk things that have random like cookies and summer stuff, whatever. Yep. And so these people, I don't know if it just so happens that all of them are from Europe or what it is, except for one person, but everyone's just going in whatever lane they want. And so I'm over here having to swerve around these people as I push the cart, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, there was this one guy, he's coming right at me, and I was waiting for him to like pull his cart over because I had like that kiosk thing blocking me. Yeah. He didn't. He just kept going, and I'm like, what do I do? So I like have to back up and take the cart back.
I wouldn't have. I would have just stared at him and went, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
And then there's the people on the left-hand side going the same way as me. I'm like, again, like you said, I get if you have to get on that side. Yeah. But there's better and like more efficient ways to do so.
Well, I mean, and that was one of the good things that came out of COVID. They put dummy like arrows on the floor and said, listen, jackass, you all have to go this way now. And there's always the one guy with his Trump 2020 shirt on. Dudes, please, I can't breathe without my mask. And he runs down the aisle with no mask, and he goes the opposite of the arrows just to be an asshole. So, but normally, I mean, that's what you need, though. It pisses me off so much because the aisles are, like, there's a science to it, and there really is a science to grocery stores. The aisles are only so wide. The minimum width of a grocery store aisle is two wheelchairs side by side. So two people in wheelchairs cannot crash into each other, making their handicaps worse. I don't know how that goes, but yeah, so they can fit side by side, and that's the minimum length. So what you end up having is there are these aisles in some of the retrofitted grocery stores you go into. Think about the small Publix we have in our city. Mm-hmm. The roof structures, the pillars for the roof are right in the middle of the aisle.
With the fire extinguishers.
Yeah, with the fire extinguishers on them.
Because, just going to spawn a random fire in the middle of the aisle.
You can't, I said that to me should have been a violation that never got caught. But, yeah. So and then you're sitting there and you're like, oh gosh. So then you got the Walmart side of it, and then the people of Walmart, and then you're like, but I am saving on groceries. The $60 I spend on the groceries there is going to be $120 probably at Publix. It's absolutely ridiculous. But people, man, they kill for Publix. I mean, there's an absolute science to it that I think
Publix is fire. I can still get behind Publix. I don't care.
Yeah, you will when you buy
You
your own
can diss it
groceries.
all you want, but
Well, and another example that's really good too is the card corral, right? And it was brought up to my attention that I may have talked about this in an episode previously, but we're going to revisit it just for the sake of the grocery store segue and the people of Walmart. So there is a man named Glenn Danzig who was a rock singer in the 90s and early 2000s. And this is one of these internet quotes. I'm pretty sure it's his quote, and if it's not, he gets the credit anyway. And it's very quick. It just says, "The shopping cart is the ultimate litmus test for whether a person is capable of self-governing. Whether or not you can live within, your own set of rules. To return a shopping cart is an easy, convenient task and one in which we all recognize as correct and the appropriate thing to do. To return the shopping cart is objectively right. As I minimize my screen, let's see. There's no situations other than dire emergencies in which a person is not able to return their cart. Simultaneously, it is not illegal to abandon your shopping cart. Therefore, the shopping cart presents itself as the apex example of whether a person will do what is right without being forced to do it. No one will punish you. No one will punish you for not returning the shopping cart. No one will fine you or kill you for not returning the shopping cart. You gain nothing by returning the shopping cart out of the goodness of your own heart. You must return the shopping cart because it is the right thing to do, because it is correct. A person who is unable to do this is no better than an animal, an absolute savage who can only be made to do what is right by threatening him with the law or the force of standards behind it. The shopping cart is what determines whether a person is good or bad member of society."
that was so short and tiny. Okay.
But I'm telling you, that is the ultimate litmus test for society is the shopping cart. Now, here's what I present to you this. You go to a Walmart. They're so close. It's it's in the spot next to the shopping cart corral. Do they get credit? Are they good or bad in the eyes of one Glenn Danzig?
I mean, they're definitely better than the people who leave it in the middle of 4 parking spaces.
Yeah.
Or they leave it in those little areas.
Or
with
they
the
put it right next to
trees.
someone's car and the wind catches it and it scratches someone's car.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
catching these knuckles if you get that. All right,
Yeah.
Knuckle sandwiches for you. Get in line, people.
But yeah, it's one of those things that I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, I mean, they really made an effort to get it to the cart corral, but it's not in the cart corral. So I say, I'm the thumbs down. They do not get credit in my eyes. People of Walmart,
Do better.
As expected. Yeah, do better. But that is what you get sometimes when you shop at the place of falling prices.
Falling prices.
Yeah, Walmart. That's one of their slogans.
Really?
Watch out for falling prices. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and next to that same Walmart where we shop is a library, and I imagine it being the same week that as I'm observing, I'm having one of my observing days where I just go around and I just try to observe society and where we are. There's this older gentleman. You can visibly see he is poor. You can almost safely assume that he's going to the library not just to read and return his books, but to get some air conditioning. It is 912 degrees outside. He is riding on a beat-up old bicycle. He is wearing disheveled clothing. It is really hot. He needs a drink. So he's got his books. He's actually returning books to the library. So he has business at this library. Now, he walks up into what I will call the foyer, I guess, there are 2 sets of sliding electric doors. One you walk into, and it has some magazine racks, and it has the place where you unlock your DVD cases, and then you go through another set of doors, and it brings you into the library in and of itself. This old man brings his bicycle into the foyer area, and he has his kickstand, and he puts it down, and he goes to return his books, and the security guy stops him in such an abrupt manner where I'm not even part of this environment and I can hear and see it from well inside the library, and he's yelling at and berating this old man, and he's just you can't leave your bicycle here. And the guy doesn't have enough money to even get a bike lock. It's just, and I'm sitting there like, okay, this is another one of these litmus tests. Like, who the hell does Sammy Security think he is here? Like, he's not actually defending anything. The guy is clearly does not have the financial means to even afford a bike lock. He's just, I don't even care. You want to take the bad guy side of it? Fine. He wants some air conditioning for a few minutes so he doesn't die of heat stroke. But he's just coming in. He's actually bringing back library books. And he just says, sir, I don't want to leave my bike outside. It's my only mode of transportation. I can't have it get stolen. So, and I'm like, it was all I had to do just to not like just be a complete smartass and just light up the security guy.
I mean, like, even if not, he could have at least like stayed out front with the dude's bike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many security needs are really inside of a library?
Literally.
Get on the ground, turn off your phone. I mean, like, there's nothing that goes on inside of a library.
Being too loud.
The Dewey Decimal System is not being observed. I mean, who gives a shit? So, yeah, that was just a really disappointing thing, is because it's another one of these things that I always tell people and that I hear is that you can always judge the character of a person by how they treat someone who can do nothing for them. So, like, this security guy gets nothing by, from this man who's coming in to return a library book. But he's treating him like trash because he thinks he can, because he's got an embroidered Lee County T-shirt on that says library security. I'm the book burglar, whatever the hell he does. That was one of those things that just irked me as I'm sitting there looking at society crumble, and I go, this is it. This is how it happens. Somebody picked on this guy when he was years ago, and now he's going to take it out on this old guy who has nothing, to his name. But I'm going to show you. How old do you think
he was? Like 90s?
He had no business being on a bike. That's how old he was. Like, had he fallen off the bike with his no helmet, he probably would have died. I'm going to go like upper 70s, lower 80s. Oh. I mean, just it was gut wrenching. I'm just sitting there like, okay, I just got to get the hell out of here. I've seen Walmart people. I've seen the library abuse. I got to go home. I'm going to lock myself in my house for a day and not come outside. And then one of the other things that was in the news that just completely irks the hell out of me, Stonehenge protesters. Now, this is something that Stonehenge, I should have done more research, and I should know the whole story of why it's in the shape that it's in and where it is or whatever it is. But either way,
I think that's the whole thing, is like they don't know how it got like that, because
the
rocks are so heavy that no one could have moved it without like a machine.
Yeah, like Egyptian pyramid aliens kind of thing. But yeah, it said, so it's in a circle, and I guess it was part of a bigger, they've done sonar like into the ground, and it was a much bigger place. Like it's not just that little circle. It was many circles outside of it. And whatever forever ceremony it is, whatever. And it's the equinox, spring equinox, I guess this must have been. It was an equinox, and I don't think oh, you know what? Summer equinox, because that was June 21st, I think would have been summer equinox. So yeah, they're all up there, and they're doing their summer equinox things, and they're cheering for the whatever the hell that, I have no idea what any of that hippie stuff is. But either way, these jackasses show up with paint and start dumping paint all over Stonehenge to protest the drilling of oil or some other sad thing.
Get a life.
Yeah. So, and here's the first thing I do. So I go into my cell phone, because that's right there and it's in my pocket, and I open up Google Maps and we put in Stonehenge. It is not geographically near anything. There's like a small town miles and miles away. These idiots had to drive a car to get to Stonehenge to do their protest, burning fuel at the time. How can you burn fuel and be pissed off about using fuel if you had to use fuel to get there?
I don't comprehend people. Or like the whole like throwing, I don't remember. I feel like it was a cupcake or like tomato soup at like the Mona Lisa. Like, what do you think that's doing? Do you think it'd be like, oh, you really just shivered my timbers. We better get on that.
We should do what you think, because you made an ass of yourself.
Like, what? What goes through their head?
Yeah. I mean,
this'll show them.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, protest, I guess, in its inception, protest is there to bring light to a topic that is not being discussed.
Yeah.
Right? People do sit-ins, or they'll do, different styles of protests for, they disagree with the police brutality. They disagree with, civil rights in the 60s was huge.
Yeah.
Protests, things like that. That made, you had to bring light to a topic. This is how we do it. But the guy who drives his petroleum-based vehicle to take oil-based paint and throw it on a Stonehenge to be mad about the oil that he's getting drilled out of the ground, I don't know. This is what happens when you tell kids they can be whatever they want when they grow
and
up.
like they're literally just gonna wash it off. Like this
Yeah.
isn't like it's not like you threw like Sharpie ink at it, which you can still get off with
Suntan
spray
lotion.
on sunscreen.
Yeah, there
like
you go.
but like they're acting like there's gonna be like some travesty that's gonna like shake the earth.
People they think they're important sometimes and they're just not. I don't get it. What here, you pick something. Go complain about something.
What? That's so much pressure.
It isn't? All right.
Oh, my
Well, I'm going to
goodness.
take a loud sip of water for the audience.
Oh, ASMR.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my.
Well, I feel better.
You feel better after
I feel better
venting?
about venting, and you got to let it out. You got to let all these bad feelings out. You can't let them boil up in you.
Yeah. Oh, you know what makes me mad? Disney keeps just remaking these old movies. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Make new movies. Okay, Inside Out 2, that one was good. I'll give them that.
Yeah, but that's a sequel.
And I
That's
was
not
saying
the
that
same
makes
movie.
sense
Yeah,
because, but like they're coming out with the same movie for like the third time now, and they're just changing up the cast.
Like Lion King?
Yeah.
Like Lion King's another one. Let's just make it
There's
again.
like 8 versions of it by now.
Well, now hang on. Now I will throw this one in your lap to try to counteract your point. Beetlejuice.
What do you mean?
Isn't there a new Beetlejuice coming out?
Yeah.
Or is that a sequel?
No, I think it's a new one. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But even that, like Tim Burton, I love you, man. You're my favorite producer ever. But I mean, just come on, give me something new, give me something creative, give me something that sparks some joy in me that I'm not like, oh, same movie with a different cast. Cute.
Yeah.
Like that's like the same thing. All these live action Disney movies, I'm not watching them.
Yeah. I'm
not because
either.
I don't think it would be good. It's just I've already seen the first movie.
Yeah.
Like Aladdin, I haven't watched the live action one because it's the same thing as the first one.
I mean, isn't The Little Mermaid the same movie?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I haven't seen it, but
Yeah. I don't know. It's sad to think that we've ran out of creativity. There's just no ideas left.
like, and like especially like Tim Burton is so creative, like with Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas and all that. Like, there's such good movies.
And here's a question: why have they never brought Jack into any other adventures? They
like,
just
all the other doors.
Yeah.
I think because by now it's just like it's been like 30 years since the original came out.
Yeah.
I think it would be kind of not
Thanksgiving.
Honestly, I'm down for that, but
the Nightmare Before Thanksgiving, the Nightmare Before St. Patrick's Day. I mean, you could just I don't know.
Nightmare Before Halloween.
Yeah.
That would be dumb. Honestly,
Yeah.
I could see Disney doing that, for being honest.
But that's not a Disney movie though, is it?
Well, I mean, it's Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
I want to say Universal.
No, LucasArts. Not LucasArts. That's Star Wars. Dang it!
I'm gonna be so real with you. I got no idea. It's Disney. It is Disney.
Is it really?
Yes,
Okay.
because remember every time we go to the Disney World
Oh,
and Disney Springs and all
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Huh.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I wish they'd have some more creative spark. You know?
They have these people called, was it the Imagination Team or whatever?
Imagineers.
Imagineers or
But
something.
those are like the roller coaster people, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They've got to have these people have got to have ideas somewhere.
Like, hire me for crying out loud. If
Well, there you go.
If I make as much as they do, count me in.
All right.
People gotta make bank.
Well, there you go. Well, we can get some of our sponsors to come up and pony up some extra money so B-Spike can go be a
Good
producer
grief.
with her millions of great ideas. We're gonna sell this thing. We're gonna sell it. It's gonna be
All right.
awesome.
Or there's this girl on TikTok. Her whole spiel is every video she runs in front of a mirror and spits out this movie idea, and that's it. She's got like millions of followers, and they're actually really good ideas. But
Well, what happens? All right, so let's go down the rabbit hole. She spits out an idea. It's really good. Does she make money off it? Because someone else is going to take it.
But that's the thing. No one ever takes her ideas.
Then are they actually that good?
They are. I can show you her account. I unfortunately I don't know it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if you go on TikTok and you just search Netflix,
Old
movie
man yells
idea
at
or
cloud. Girl yells at mirror. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to assume. I would hate for her to have great ideas and put them out in the world and not be rewarded in some fashion. You know, to provide something of such value and not get something in return would be.
Here would be my question: how would she feel if Netflix did take the idea and then they didn't give her credit for it? Would she be like, "Oh wow," or would she be like,
Well, could
"That's
she
crappy"?
go back? No, or is she thinking she can go back and go, look at lawyers? Here's my video of that date of that idea at the time, And then you'd have to prove that they saw it.
Yeah, which you can do that. You can see who viewed
Intellectual
your video.
copyright, I think it is, right?
Infringement?
Intellectual property. Yeah, there's intellectual property, and you can copyright it or something.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, hopefully nobody steals our intellectual property. This thing is amazing. Well, hey, we did a long show. We just did 45 minutes.
Yippee!
Thank you, superfans, for hanging out for 45 minutes. Oh, I think we're gonna call it. I think we did really great, and maybe we'll get this as the new rhythm of having maybe even sort of weekly-ish episodes. Imagine that. Whoa. All right, let's hit it. Let's hit the old music.
Peace out.
I'm Jason.
I'm B.
And this has been a very terrible podcast.